Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and today we bring you my review of the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Voyager class Shockwave. Yep, this is Shockwave, and this is his tank mode. Yeah, this is his Cybertronian tank mode. Although it isn't, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I'm not a big fan of this mode. As you can plainly tell, like there's his hand right there. These are clearly his legs. And yeah, you can kind of even see the back of his head there. But yeah, this is his tank mode. And if I recall, I think like Ultra Magnus, I think he transformed into this once or not at all. I don't exactly remember. But here's his tank mode. And to be honest, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's meh. It's meh. This honestly feels more like an afterthought. To be honest, this isn't the reason this isn't the reason to get this figure, because this vehicle mode is kind of meh. Although the thing is, it doesn't really look like a tank, even though it does have wheels. It has these big wheels here up front and some smaller ones here in the back, and he does roll. He actually can roll okay enough. And but the thing is, I don't feel like this is a tank. Outside of maybe these treads, this feels more like an artillery cannon. And I think if they called it like, oh, this is a Cybertronian artillery, I could buy that. I could buy this being like an artillery cannon, or an artillery gun, or like a mortar, or something. Some form of long-range weaponry. Because as a tank, this doesn't look like it should even move, but neither here nor there. As I said, not a huge fan of this vehicle mode. Now, this weapon, if you notice here, this gun, you can kind of see it moving. It actually can open up a bit. And you can see a weapon in here, like a little energy particle attack there. Now to make this, in order to work this weapon, when you push this down, it causes this to spin. And the faster you do it, the rotation will cause these pieces to open up and give out a really cool effect that he's firing. So that's actually pretty cool. I actually really like this weapon. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. The only other thing to mention is that Shockwave here does come with a couple of accessories. He comes with these things, which are referred to as beast armor. You have these two claws, and then this piece. And where do these go? As you can tell on these pieces here, you can see these pegs. You can just plug these on his I'm just gonna say these are his robot mode feet. His robot mode feet. Put it there, and then this chest piece, you see these two pegs here, can actually connect to his chest. And yeah, this is the robot mode chest. Like I said, it's not the most imaginative vehicle mode. It's meh. There we go. Just plug it in, and there we have it. And not gonna lie, this helps. I think if you have the armor up, it does look more like a vehicle mode. It looks a little bit better, but these clearly look like hands. Now, like most Beast Hunters figures in the line, a lot of the stuff that they have, be it accessories or designs, do not end up on the show. These pieces do not show up on the show, and a Shockwave does not wear them. However, this piece here is in the show, and what this is supposed to be a Predacon fossil, because in the show of Transformers Prime, in this show, Predacons are the Cybertron equivalent of dinosaurs. Like, those were the creatures that existed before the Transformers, before the actual humanoid Transformers. Essentially, their dinosaurs are Predacons, which is pretty cool. And this specific piece does show up as a fossil that Shockwave uses in order to create more, to sort of regenerate Predacons. Which is pretty cool. Like, it's basically, Shockwave is like Dr. Wu from Jurassic Park, if you know your Jurassic Park. So, we'll put these pieces off to the side and get onto his transformation, which is really easy. This is a very, very simple transformation. I think he has maybe one mildly tricky part, but this is a simple transformation. First thing you do, you lower these spike pieces, and this not so much. And then you come in here, you lift this part up. Whoops, not like that. Let me peg this back in there and just slide it back in there. Let's try that again. Yeah, you just unpeg that there and move it over, And then if you want, you can then also straighten it out a bit for clearance. But you do that. And then you come on the underbelly and pop off this hand, which is just the hand. And then you lift up. This is like the only mildly tricky part. This part you have to maneuver up. Same thing here. So you have to like finagle the arm so that it gives you clearance. There we go. To push this piece up. Then you lift this piece forward. And the purpose for this is because there's these little sliders onto these areas here. These little notches that you slide this into to keep it in place. So then you take this, you lift it up, and then just push it in. And you'll hear some nice clicks. And okay, put the arms back into place. Straighten out the arm. For the legs, just fold it forward to the side. This piece, you have to like slide it in. Darn it, not like that. Why are you falling apart on me, Shockwave? Why? Why? I went a bit too far there. So, I guess it would be easier. You fold this up and then you just slide it forward so that this lines up. Same thing here, just so that you don't, so it doesn't pop off. Let's see, fold down, up, and then push it to sort of cause it to slide so that it lines up with this. And then you just, you take the backpack piece, take this piece, fold it down, and then just push it together. You can push it together, then fold this down like that, and then rotate the head forward to get his iconic mono eye. And then for one extra bit of detail, and this is actually really cool, on this side you can see this piece. When you come back here, these are actually rubber treads. They don't really move, but they're both made of rubber. And what's cool here is that this piece here, you can actually come in here. Let me just lift that up. Come in here, slide this out. Whoops. Fold this out. Let's fold this back down. And you can take this piece and connect it here. And this is a really cool detail. Like I didn't notice this, I think, the first couple times I transformed them. And you just plug it in there, and then you have his cable that Shockwave was famous for having, where he has the cable connecting to his arm cannon. And here is Shockwave in his really awesome. Whoops. Also be careful; these things can slide off. In his really sweet looking, really awesomely menacing looking robot mode, and this is where the figure shines. Because the vehicle mode is hit or miss. You either like it or you don't like it. The transformation is like really simple. But the robot mode, this is where the figure shines. This is why you get this figure. This is awesome. And honestly, this I believe is my favorite version of Shockwave. Because not only is he the cold calculating logic creature of logic, who is also a mad scientist who can, who in this show creates essentially dinosaurs. Like, he creates the Predacons. Spoiler alert, I guess. And you can tell the weapon can still work. His, what was this called? I think the official name of this weapon is the Hyperflux Cannon. Still works exactly like that, which is really cool seeing him do this. He even has pretty great light piping. See? I'm not even shining a light, but you cover it. You can pick up the light piping really nicely. And he's awesome. Articulation, he's got it. I also love the detail of the cable. So he can rotate there. Arms can fold out that bar. He can bend there. And this hand can also bend and has a ball joint at the wrist. So you can have some weird move. Not much rotation, but he does have it, which is kind of cool. He can rotate. He can like swivel at the head. His legs can do a very nice kick. He has extra joints. Not really extra joints. He just can do that. He's got a bend at the knee, rotation both up here and down here, little up and down at the foot. So yeah, he's got pretty good articulation, especially for a character of his bulk. But he's got the really nice articulation. And this is a fantastic figure. This is just amazing. Like, when he shows up in the show, and this is the other figure that is very show accurate, and he does have it. If anything, I think they maybe have slimmed him down a bit. He might be a little bit bulkier in the show. And I like this, because Shockwave was always one of those characters where, oh, he's the mad scientist, so he should be, small and kind of weak. outside of having that laser gun. But no, this time they decided to take the design from the Dark of the Moon movie, take the big bulky Shockwave, take that body style, stylize it, and streamline it a bit, and then give him the intelligence and the mad scientist motif and the logic, and sort of being the creature of logic that he was in his I don't want to say in the original show, more like in the original comic. Yeah, in the original Marvel comics, where Shockwave was like really, really menacing. If anything, I think he was more dangerous than even Megatron. They kind of gave him this character that personality, just toned it down. Oh, now I know. He essentially has the video game version of Shockwave, you know, from War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron. Well, no, he was a bonus character in War. So, okay, in the Fall of Cybertron video game, that they got that Shockwave's personality as the mad scientist, gave it to this character, and just gave him this body type from the movie, which is awesome. It's like the best of both worlds. He has both brain and brawn. So, like, he's a genius, but on top of that, he's also a powerhouse. That is awesome. That is rare. You don't see a lot of characters be like that. And I love it. Shockwave is actually one of my favorite Decepticons, so I'm glad that they did this. And this is my absolute favorite version of him from this show. He also has a soft spot for his creations. Like, he does care for them, for his Predacon creations, which is kind of interesting. It adds more layers to the character. So, yeah. This character is awesome, and the figure is awesome. I have nothing really else to say. I might as well bring in back the beast armor thing right here. And you can pretty much plug it in as well, and it doesn't look half bad. You just plug into the chest, there. And then the shoulders, you just plug it in here. There's like some ports there. And there you go. Well, and I don't really have him wearing it because he doesn't need it, but it doesn't look half bad. I think there was one other character. There was one other figure that actually did come with this sort of idea of beast armors. And that character, and Shockwave did it a whole lot better, because at least here it's just okay. You just add it on and that's it. And it doesn't look half bad. Not to mention, like I said, this piece is actually in the show. So I'll put this up to the side. And this piece is in the show, so you can just have him grabbing it, because like, I now have the fall, so I can now create more Predacons. Yes. So yeah, this figure is just awesome. I'm just gonna have him hold it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think he did get a repaint into like a slightly more G1 color scheme. Like the purple is a lot lighter in a convention exclusive, and that's about it. This mold wasn't really used again much. And yeah, overall, it's an amazing figure. However, just keep in mind that the vehicle mode is nothing special, and the transformation is really easy. But the robot mode is where this figure shines, and is why you should get him. He's fantastic. So yeah, I highly recommend the Shockwave. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Voyager class Shockwave. And this is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.